What up guys, welcome back to our channel. So thank you so much for giving all that love on my last video with regards to my PR story, and I recently completed 2 years as well in Canada. So today's video is with regards to how to calculate the CRS score and how to create an express entry profile. I was overwhelmed with so many comments which came across with regards to how to calculate CRS score, how to create your express entry profile, and since I had done my PR process without an agent, I will make sure that after watching this video you would also be able to calculate your CRS score and also create your express entry profile. So without further ado, let's get to the video. So in my last video, I did talk about how to calculate the CRS score and creation of the express entry profile, but very briefly. Today I'm gonna give you a live demonstration as to how to go about it. So let's focus our attention towards the screen and I'll show you how to do that. So on Google, just type in CRS Calculator. This is the first link that comes up. Just click on that. Come to the bottom, it'll ask you a series of questions, just need to answer those. Marital status, age, highest level of education. Be mindful that they'll ask you about your Canadian degree or diploma, or if you have got your education done through any of the educational credential assessment institutions. So since I had done my ECA done through WES and it evaluated to master's degree, so I'm entering that. Have you earned a Canadian degree? I'll select no. Then they'll ask you about the official languages. So I gave my IELTS. So are your test results less than 2 years old? Yes. Which language test? I gave an IELTS, so IELTS. Speaking. So to get a good score, it's ideally apt to get the CLB 9, which stands for 7 in speaking, 8 in listening, and 7 each in the rest of the 2 modules as well. And I have not given any other exams, so not applicable. Then work experience. In the last 10 years, how many years of skilled work experience I have in Canada? I don't have any. So I don't have any experience in Canada, but in the last 10 years, how many total years of foreign skilled experience I have? So it was 3 years or more, so I enter that. Do you have a certificate of qualification from a Canadian province? No. Do you have a valid job offer? I would select again, no. So do you have a nomination from any province or territory? No. Do you or common spouse or law partner have at least one brother or sister living in Canada? No. So basis that, I calculate my score. It comes down to 464. So as per the current trend, 464 is more than what it is. The last score was 454. So I think I'll be eligible for getting an ITA in the next draw. So we are good with that. Now we'll proceed with the finding out the eligibility and creation of the express entry profile. So let's go back to the screen. So I'll go to Google, type in create express entry profile. Click the first link and then I click on create your express entry profile. So it has few options like GC key, sign in partner, or do you don't have an account. So I'll click on this option since I don't have an account. Then it'll ask you creation with a GC key or with a sign in partner. We need to click on register with GC key. Next, since I don't have an account, so I'll just click sign up. It'll ask us to accept terms and conditions, enter a username. So enter any username randomly. I'll enter Sid Canada 1994. Enter a password. Click continue. Then it'll ask you a series of security questions. After answering the security questions, my GC key sign up is complete. I click continue. So after accepting the terms and conditions, next we come to starting off with the details that would be needed for the express entry profile. Enter your name, your email address, your preferred language. Then again, sort of security questions that you need to answer. So after you have answered the security questions, this is the screen that you will come across. So currently there's no application that's been submitted. So we start with the application. please enter your personal reference code. So since we don't have a reference code, we start off with checking the eligibility, and it's express entry, so we click on express entry. If you don't know which province, then probably you select the most apt one for you. For me, I particularly will choose Ontario. Then next you need to submit a language test for all the programs under express entry. So I gave IELTS, so I'll select IELTS. What date? Probably a random date. I'm selecting December, probably 19th. Click next. Scores. So I would particularly be selecting CLB 9 since I scored that. So it'll be 8,777, 8 in listening and 7 in each of the other modules, speaking, writing and reading. Click next. Do you have any other language test? None. In the last 3 years, how many years of skilled trade experience do you have in Canada? It must be full-time, so since I didn't have any, so none. During this period, which national occupational classification level is most of the experiences? If you don't have, choose none. I'll select none. So in this particular section, they'll ask you about the total experience that you have apart from Canada. So since I had more than 3 years of experience, I had close to 4 years, so I selected 4 to 5. And the subsection to this question is, in the last 5 years, do you have at least 2 years of experience in one of these types of jobs? So these are the types of skilled jobs that they have listed. So if we have experience, we can mark it as 1, 2, 3, whatever the case is. But for me, it was none, so I selected none, and we'll proceed further. Then find out if you're eligible, how much money are you willing to bring to Canada. As far as one person is concerned, I believe it is close to $13,000. So we'll just make sure. Proof of funds for express entry. So as per the latest stats, we have for one person, it needs to be minimum of $12,960. So we'll just select the second option. How many family members? It will be 1. It will be just me, so 1. And do you have a valid job offer? No. Click next. What is the date of birth? If you did not earn a Canadian degree diploma certificate, you may need to have a foreign education assessed by agency approved. So this is basically for your ECA, the educational credential assessment. So my degree was evaluated by World Education Services, and it was equivalent to master's degree. So I'll select the same and proceed next. And finally, I'll have to check all that apply. So I didn't study in Canada, so it will be unchecked. I don't have experience in Canada. I have a relative, no. And the final option was none of the above. So none of the above for me. Marital status, single. So basis on my answers, I appear eligible to apply for express entry, which is great. So we'll continue with the same. Next, we'll just fill in the other details and kickstart our application for express entry. So once everything is done, we'll get this particular screen wherein it will ask us to complete all these particular forms, which is the personal details, contact details, study and languages, application details, any representative who is doing it on your behalf, and the work history. So we will fill them one by one, and most of them would be self-populated with the inputs that we had given initially. But other than that, you'll have to fill them up and complete it properly. So let's start with filling in the details. This is done. So the initial section of personal details was pretty much very simple. Next we come to the family details. So in this particular case, there might be some sort of confusion. So for any sort of confusion, we have this question mark wherein it does give the details as to what you need to populate in that particular field. So as far as family members are concerned, herein we don't really count our parents as such. We have to include if you would be coming, your spouse, or any dependent children. So for my particular case, it would be 1. And again, how much money we need to bring. So I'm just ending it as 13,000. And finally, any relative. So it would be no. So the first form is complete. We'll subsequently move to the next form and the next, and I'll just show you quickly. Next one is also done. So next we come to the education history. Has Siddharth Khanna finished high school or any other education? Yes. Field of study, business management marketing. What year? 2014. Oh, sorry, 2012. No. 2014. Complete full academic years 2. Full time. You must enter the number of full academic years completed, supported or found. Okay. Standing at the end of each certificate or degree diploma awarded. Country India. City Delhi. Institute XYZ. Level of education. Since my degree was evaluated as a master's degree, so I entered master's. Was Siddharth Khanna awarded a Canadian degree diploma certificate? No. ECA done? Yes. Which organization did it? WES. Save and add. Next. Then comes the languages, which is basically your English and French. So since I gave English test, so I'll enter the English test results, that is IELTS, as general training, date of test results, language test form number. Okay, so these are already input in here. Has Siddharth given any French test? No. Save and exit. We are done with 3. Next, 3 more are left. So which provinces would you consider living in? I would select all, unless until you have specific preferences. And then there are 2 separate provinces as well. If you want to apply to them, then click yes, save and exit. Next, since I don't have any representative, so a representative is a person who is basically filling it on your behalf. So since I don't have any representative, I am doing it on my own. So no representative. Save and exit. Finally, coming to the last part, which is the work history. So this is the most crucial part, and as I stated earlier as well, that the knock code would be very crucial here when you are submitting your express entry profile. Make sure the roles and responsibilities that you are doing currently match with the exact NOC code, and you just need to click in here and check your knock code. So there's a section here, just filter your items. Once you click here, you can enter your particular job title or responsibilities, and it will populate the requisite knock code against that. And you can select that, you can match that, and then populate the knock code in the express entry profile. So for my particular case, it was 1123. So I select that, and date I became qualified to practice that occupation. So I was eligible in 2014. So after that, you click next. Does Siddharth have a certificate of qualification from a Canadian province or territory? No. Click next. Do I have a job offer? No. Click next. And now it's the time to fill in your work history. So yes, I do have a work history back home, so I'll fill in that. So we'll quickly fill in this one. Once we have entered the work history, then just click on next, and then there will be this final section of research work that probably it will be a survey that you need. If you want, you can really answer that. If you don't want, then you can probably skip it. So if you don't want to answer, I'll just click no and save and exit. So basis that all my forms have been complete, you can like double check them just before submitting and hit the continue button. So once that is done, we need to declare and electronically sign the document. So I'll agree in here as well for my consent. Okay, so my form is complete, and finally it's asking me to transmit it so that my profile goes to the express entry pool. Since my score was 464, and if the next cutoff is lesser than that, I will get the invitation to apply. So hope this video was useful for you guys. Now you'd be able to create an express entry profile of your own and even calculate your CRS score. And if it was helpful, so make sure you like, comment and subscribe to our channel. If you have any queries, any doubts, make sure that you can drop us a comment anytime. We'll be more than happy to help you guys out. And until next time, take care of yourself, your family, and stay connected. Bye.